Hello, everyone, and welcome to Smart English Hub. My name's Mia.
And I'm Alex. We are so happy you're here with us today.
Yes, on this podcast, we believe that learning English can be easy and fun. We want to help you learn with simple conversations, just like this one.
Exactly. No difficult grammar, no boring lessons, just two friends talking and learning together. Are you ready, Mia?
I am ready. So, let's start with our topic for today. Today, we will talk about how to use the present perfect to talk about your day.
Oh, the present perfect. That sounds difficult. I know many English learners think this tense is hard to understand.
It can feel that way, but it's actually very simple when you see how it works. We will make it easy for you.
Okay, I'm listening. So, what is the present perfect?
Great question. The present perfect is a tense we use to connect the past with the present. Think of it like a bridge. It connects something that happened before now to the moment of speaking, right now.
A bridge from the past to the present. I like that. That makes sense.
Exactly. For example, if I say, I have eaten breakfast, the action, eating breakfast, happened in the past, maybe 1 hour ago.
Right.
But it is connected to now. The result now is that I am not hungry. The past action has a result in the present.
Oh, I see. So the important thing is the result now.
Yes, precisely. Let's use that example again. This morning, I was hungry, so I ate breakfast. Now I feel full, so I can say, I have had my breakfast.
Okay, I understand. The result is that you are not hungry now.
How about you, Alex? Tell me something you did today.
Okay, well, I have drunk 2 cups of coffee today.
2 cups. And what is the result now?
The result is that I feel awake and very energetic, ready for the podcast.
That's a perfect example. The action, drinking coffee, is in the past, but the result, feeling energetic, is now. So we use the present perfect.
This is much easier than I thought. So, how do we make a sentence? What's the structure?
The structure is simple. We use the subject, then have or has, and then the past participle of the verb.
The past participle. Can you explain that?
Of course, the past participle is the third form of a verb. For example, eat, ate, eaten. Eaten is the past participle, or drink, drank, drunk. Drunk is the past participle.
I see. So for the verb finish, it is finish, finished, finished. So finished is the past participle.
You got it. So the structure is subject plus have or has plus past participle. For example, I have eaten, or she has finished, or we have started.
And when do we use have and when do we use has?
Good question. We use have with I, you, we, and they. For example, I have studied, or they have worked.
Okay. I have, you have, we have, they have. That's easy.
And we use has with he, she, and it. For example, he has called his friend, or she has read the book.
He has, she has, it has. Got it. So that's the positive form. What about the negative form? What if I didn't do something?
To make it negative, we just add the word not after have or has. So have not or has not.
Okay, for example, right now it is almost lunchtime, but I am still working. So I can say, I have not eaten lunch yet.
That's exactly right. And we often shorten have not to haven't, and has not becomes hasn't. It's more common in conversation. So you can say, I haven't eaten lunch yet.
Right, haven't. That sounds more natural. And you used the word yet. That word is important, right?
Yes, that leads us to some very important words we use with the present perfect. The 3 most common ones are already, just, and yet.
Okay, already, just, and yet. Let's start with already.
We use already when something happened earlier than we expected. It goes between have or has and the past participle. For example, if I gave you homework and you finished it very fast, you could say, I have already finished my homework.
Oh, okay, so it's a little surprise, like, wow, so soon.
Exactly. Now, what about just? We use just for something that happened a very short time ago, a moment ago. For example, my phone makes a sound, I look at it and say, I have just received a message.
So very, very recent, a few seconds ago. I have just drunk some water.
Perfect. And finally, yet. We use yet in negative sentences and questions. It means we are expecting something to happen. In your sentence, I haven't eaten lunch yet, it means you expect to eat lunch later. Yet usually comes at the end of the sentence.
That makes sense. So yet is for negatives, like I haven't finished, and for questions like have you finished yet?
Yes, that's it. Already, just, and yet. They are small words, but they make your English sound much more natural.
Great. I think I understand the basics now. Can we try a short conversation to practice?
That's a wonderful idea. Okay, I'll start. Hi, Alex. What have you done today?
Hi, Mia. Well, I have woken up, of course. I have checked my emails this morning, and I have already started working on the podcast script.
Oh, you've already started? That's great.
Yes. What about you? What have you done today?
Let's see. I have finished my breakfast. I have spoken to my sister on the phone. Oh, and I have just watered my plants.
That sounds like a nice, productive morning.
It was. See, that was a natural conversation about our day using the present perfect. It's not just for grammar books. We use it all the time.
That's really helpful to hear it in a real conversation.
Now, there's one more really cool way we use the present perfect. We also use it to talk about life experiences.
Life experiences? Like things you have done in your whole life?
Exactly. We don't say when it happened. The important thing is just the experience itself. For this, we often use the word ever in questions. For example, Alex, have you ever eaten pineapple on pizza?
Oh, the great pizza debate. Yes, I have eaten pineapple on pizza. I actually like it.
Oh, really? That's interesting. See, your answer was yes, I have. Or you could say no, I haven't. If you want to say you have zero experience with something, you can use the word never.
Right. So if you asked me, have you ever been to Japan? I would say no, I have never been to Japan, but I want to go.
That's a perfect answer. So ever is for questions about life experience, and never is for a zero experience.
Wow, we have learned a lot today.
We have. Let's do a quick recap to help everyone remember. First, we learned that the present perfect connects the past to the present.
The structure is subject plus have or has plus the past participle.
That's right. Remember, we use have with I, you, we, they, and we use has with he, she, it.
We also learned 3 key words. Already for something that happened early,
All just for something that happened a moment ago.
and yet for negatives and questions.
And finally, we learned how to use ever and never to talk about life experiences.
That was a great summary. Now it is your turn to practice.
Yes, we have a small task for you, our listeners. We want you to answer this question. What have you done today?
Think about your morning or your afternoon. Try to write one sentence using the present perfect.
For example, you could write, I have drunk coffee. Or maybe, I have studied English with Smart English Hub.
Yes, please write your sentence in the comments below if you're watching on YouTube. We would love to read your answers.
And that is all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for listening and learning with us at Smart English Hub.
We hope this lesson has been helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our next episode. See you next time.
Bye, everyone.